We're back with another Shortie episode where in 10 minutes or less, we take a terminology or a term used in the cross-border space and just give you a very high-level definition. In today's Shortie, we're going to talk about, or rather list out the 10 mistakes we see folks making while they're filing taxes. And this, of course, applies to immigrants, foreign nationals on work visa, or U.S. experts and green card holders living overseas. Okay, mistake number 1, not filing taxes. That's all I'm going to say.
Mistake number 2, ignoring your foreign income and thinking that does not affect US taxation. So remember, when you live in the US, or if you're a tax resident of the US, you have to file taxes on your worldwide income. And that brings me to the third one, which I'll knock it out of the way, Jane, is kind of connected, ignoring your worldwide financial assets. So remember, FATCA, FBAR, the FATCA threshold is higher, $100,000 if you are married filing jointly and you live in the US, or $50,000 if you live in the US and file single. FBAR is $10,000 of foreign financial assets. So quick definition also of a PFIC, which is a foreign mutual fund, passive foreign investment corporations. Please don't ignore that. That's also another big mistake people make.
Okay, number 4, doing backdoor Roth the wrong way and then filing it wrong. The mistake we see here, I know, it's where you completely ignore the pro rata rule, and we actually have a whole episode on this. And then you end up not filing Form 8606. There's a lot of complexities. It's an easy thing to do, and it's an easy thing to make a mistake on. So don't do the backdoor Roth wrong. And then number 5, just moving on, because I see this a lot, is not reporting foreign gifts. So remember, if you get a foreign gift from overseas, from people who were US tax non-resident, there is no taxes on it, but you need to file Form 3520 if you receive more than 100K, or if you receive, I think it's about 19K this year from a corporation. That's all I'm going to say about it. Moving on.
Yes. Number 6. And this is kind of a little controversial one because, anyway, I'll come to that. You claim your foreign-based parents on your taxes, even if they don't qualify. So if your parents are residents of Canada or Mexico, they might qualify, but otherwise they would have to be US residents for you to be able to claim them as your dependents, and they have to pass all of the dependency tests. So know whom you can claim as your dependents. That's what I would like to say here. Yes, Jane.
And pretty interesting. I think we might need to talk a little bit more about that in another episode. Anyway,
yes.
Number 7, using the wrong status. What I mean by this is what we see a lot of is, for example, a student on F1 visa who's in the country for less than 5 years should be filing taxes as a US non-resident. But a lot of times we see them filing as a resident. We've also seen a few cases where somebody should have been filing as a resident and they end up filing as a non-resident. So the bottom line on this is know what your tax resident is, which has nothing to do with your immigration status residence. What's number 8?
Yeah. And so going on with that same theme here, know the connection between your immigration status and your tax filing, right? So just like Jane said just now, the F1 visa, if you're a student, comes with special rules. There's substantial presence test, and you're not considered to be a tax resident of the US for a limited number of years, 5, and you do not have to file a regular 1040. You file a 1040-NR. And there are similar sort of advantages, or you may look at it as a disadvantage, but whatever it is, these are the rules. The J1 visa, or if you're on a G4 visa, these are connected to what your immigration status is. So make sure that you're either working with somebody who's aware of how the immigration status affects your tax return, or when you are working with somebody who does these, make sure that they know what your immigration status is. So it's not a DIY or a regular big box firm that can help you. Yes, Jane.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go back a little bit to number 7. One more mistake we see about the wrong status is where somebody should be filing married, filing jointly, married, but filing single, or single filing, or head of household. So those are all the different status you can use besides the residency versus the non-residency. Pick the correct one. Okay. Number 9, failing to pay estimated taxes throughout the year. I'm not going to go into too many details. I'll just leave it at that for now. We're down to number 10.
I know. Drum roll, please. So, number 10 is something that we may probably have to flesh out in a longer episode, but this is a mistake that we see a lot. So, you are a green card holder and you live overseas, and somehow you have let your green card expire. So, you have not renewed your green card. There is a difference between an expired green card and a surrendered green card. A surrendered green card is when you officially surrender your green card and you are no longer considered a permanent resident of the US. There is a process to that, and it needs to be done finally by going to a US consulate or an embassy and working with an officer there. And an expired green card is basically just not renewing the green card, So by letting a green card expire, though, you are still subject to all of the tax rules and compliance that would be if you were still holding on to it. So that's a huge thing that I see a lot. Sometimes this kind of works out to people's advantage because they just suddenly find out that, oh, they can file jointly, speaking about your filing status. So anyway, we'll flesh it out more, folks, because I think we need a whole episode to dig into that. So yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in summary, the top 10 mistakes are: 1, not filing taxes, ignoring foreign income, ignoring worldwide taxation, FATCA, FBAR thresholds, doing a backdoor Roth the wrong way, not reporting foreign gifts. Number 6, claiming your foreign-based parents. Number 7, using the wrong status. Number 8, ignoring the connection between immigration status and taxes. Number 9, not paying estimated taxes. And finally, being overseas on an expired green card and assuming you're no longer expected to file taxes. I think we've done it. Anything else you want to add, or are we good to close it, Manasa?
We're good to go, actually. So thanks for listening to another Shortie episode. And do let us know if you have something that you want us to talk about. We would love to hear back from you. Our website is theimcafe.com, TheImcafe.com. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.